Hey friends, this is my July reading wrap up. 9 quick thoughts over each book along with my rating. Let's go. First off, I read Best Summer of Our Lives by Rachel Hawk. So this book was all about hope and relationships, mainly friendships, but also forgiveness and growing up and just figuring out what life is about. Then I read Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. This was just a fun, heartwarming adventure type book. Definitely gave you the vibes of being in Italy, and then we just follow this girl trying to understand why her mom's death wish was to send her to Italy and meet her father. Then I read Beachread by Emily Henry. I did not expect to enjoy this book as much as I did, but it was just so fun. The banter between the two characters was so real to me. It wasn't like a weird kind of fake or like your common banter that you typically see in books. It was hilarious. There was spice. I skipped over a little bit. Endless Summer by Ellen Hildebrand. This is actually a compilation of short stories that go along with her other writings. So I did not read this entire book, but I did read the short story that goes with 28 Summers and the Golden Girl. I loved the 28 Summers one. I did not finish the Golden Girl one just because I wasn't as invested in that book. All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. So I got about 25% through this book, and then I was in the middle of reading another book, and then the last 75%, I kid you not, I flew through this book and read it in one day. I will say it was more of a mystery. I didn't feel it was really in the thriller category. Like nothing really ever felt eerie or like super kind of intense scary. The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. When I tell you I sobbed my heart out, I read The Women by her last summer and fell in love with that book. And when I started out this book, I was like, I'm just not feeling like this is going to be as good as The Women. Boy, was I wrong. Just such a great story about family and going through trials, and it just reminded me how God is with us through everything. Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, and I will say Mockingjay was absolutely my least favorite out of the entire trilogy. I don't know if it's just a bad timing of reading this, but I just did not enjoy Mockingjay as much. I just didn't really enjoy it. One Perfect Couple by Ruth Ware. So this was a random read that I found at the library, and I've never read Ruth Ware before, but I've been wanting to. I don't know if her other books are good, but I gave this one 2 stars because it was so slow to start out with. There was not much happening. It was pretty predictable, and it was just boring. And then finally, I read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I really enjoyed this book overall, more than I expected for sure. However, it was a bit confusing. I had to really take my time in it just because her writing was a little bit hard for me to understand. And then I also was very conflicted with how I felt about Snow. I had a lot of back and forth of like, okay, I feel bad for him, but then I also had moments where I'm like, okay, well, dude, you did this to yourself. Like, it was very conflicting, but in a good way. Like, I enjoyed the story so much. If you read any of these, let me know your thoughts and comments below. Or what did you read in July?